Let's go.
Oh
Fuck
yeah.
Hey guys, it's Devil. Welcome back to my channel. This is the Krogan Vanguard Tricks and Tips video. Now, first off, it was my birthday on Friday, and thank you guys for the comments. And that's why I haven't been putting out that many Resurgence Pack videos for you guys. But I'm coming back Monday. I just am home for the night right now, so I decided to edit some footage that I already had for you guys and put out this video. So let me talk about this class. This is the Krogan Vanguard. Now there's two different ways to play this class. I went above and beyond for you guys. I played a lot of games to try and get some pretty good footage. I tried different specs, and these are the two most effective ones that I found. Now this one, Type 1, you can see both specs at the beginning of the video, by the way, so you don't have to go searching through the entire video to find that stuff. So this is the first one. This is the more run and gun, heavy melee type class, and this is definitely one where you want to either use a spike thrower or a Geth plasma shotgun because they're charge upable. And the reason you want to use those is because you can fire those weapons while you're running, which is extremely useful, and I'm going to tell you why right now. When you can charge up a weapon to full capacity and it'll hit like a truck, but for the spike thrower, as example, it hits extremely accurate from hip fires, and you can fire it while at full sprint, which is like what you want for this class. Because just imagine you're running into a situation and there's 3 marauders and you're going to try and melee them down. It's very nice to be able to shoot your spike throw in and stun 1 or 2 of them, stagger them back so that they can't shoot you while you're going in there and take your shields down, and it allows you to get your melees in or get your recharge back up on your biotic charge or whatnot. It's a very good stagger, and it also takes their shields and health down so that it takes you less melee attempts to actually kill those guys. So that's why you want to use that type of a charge up weapon for this class. You don't want to use it for the second type, or part 2 of the video, which I'm going to talk about in a little while. Now, there's 2 main abilities that you want to spec into for the run and gun. That's biotic charge, obviously, because you want to get your shields back every time you charge. It's your total survivability mode. And then there's barrier. Now in this video, my spec on barrier is a little bit different than what I recommend. It's spec for damage, but you want to go into survivability because you're going to be running around with barrier on, and you want it to negate some of that damage so you don't have to charge as much because it reduces your cooldown on charge. You're not going to go into carnage because you don't want to sacrifice the cooldowns on bionic charge because your shield regeneration, is so important for this class. This is a Vanguard, so you're going to be in the middle of everything, meleeing your ass off, trying to kill as many small mobs, marauders, ravagers, cannibals, stuff like that. You're going to kill those little guys. You're not going to really try to melee banshees unless it's a low stress situation, or you can melee primes because they don't have any instant kills, stuff like that. You just got to use your discretion with this class. It's not like the human Vanguard where you have invincibility frames every 2 seconds and you can do it. Now, that's another thing with this class that I want to talk about, and I want to talk about this in general, and I'm going to make an actual video specifically about this topic because there's a lot more in depth to it. But if you guys don't know about invincibility frames, it's one of the most key and important things in this game. The Vanguard is very, very noticeable with this, but they also put it into this class for your heavy melee because this class is going to be so much more in your face than the other Krogans and stuff like that, that when you charge in, for one, biotic charge is invincibility frames. So as soon as you activate it, you're invincible until you hit the target, and then you come out of it. So you charge in, you're invincible. You hit the target, you lose it, then you instantly heavy melee, and you're back in invincibility frames. And what invincibility frames are is exactly what they sound like. You cannot be killed or damaged while you're invincible, and you're only invincible for the action or the actual display of the action. So a couple other invincibility frames: biotic charge on the human Vanguard, Nova on the human Vanguard. If you're in cover and you grab an enemy and kill them, you're invincible for that whole time, which is kind of important because you can hop into cover and grab an enemy when there's a grenade going off and still be fine. I died right there, but I just fast forwarded so you guys can see. That's basically how you're going to play this class. You're going to be in their face, you're going to be meleeing your ass off, use a charge up weapon. That's all you need to really know about the melee, and that's the one I prefer. That's the one I think is the best. Now, I saw my buddy who recommended this way to play. This next part is with the Claymore. This is your Carnage, Biotic Charge, Claymore, heavy hitting weapon type class. Now, you want to spec Rage on this one for shields because you're hardly ever going to be in it, and when you are, you want that extra defense. Biotic Charge is going to be just the same, except for you're not going to go into the Biotic Charge for melee, which is new, by the way, for this class. You can have Biotic Charge spec so that when you charge, you can get melee bonuses. Sorry, my voice is being a little weird right now. So, the way you're going to play this class, you're going to have the Claymore, and you're going to use it as weapon damage. You're only going to charge when your shields are almost down, or you want to get that extra boost off of your weapon damage. I don't know why my voice is being so weird. So, sorry guys, it's a little raspy right now. I've had a pretty long weekend. But, okay, so you're going to charge into the enemy. Every time you charge, you're going to get a 15% damage buff on your weapon. And you're gonna want to bring the Claymore because it's the hardest hitting shotgun in the game. You can also have a melee mod on it because, let's face it, this class is still great for melee, even if you're not spec'd for it. You see me do it a few times in this video just because you can't really resist with the Krogan. You just want to melee stuff. It's just like how your mind works when you're playing this class. It's like the funnest melee class in the game. So, besides that, you charge in, you get the buff and stuff like that, and you can also bring shield equipment so that your shields are like ungodly strong and you'll hit like a truck. And you always want to use your cancel mod, or not the cancel mod, but the cancel glitch with the Claymore because it allows you to recharge or reload your weapon literally like twice as fast as if you wait for the entire animation to play through. And if you don't know what the reload glitch is, if you keybind or use the binding for your metagel or any kind of power, for example, it'll cancel the reload. So I know I'm kind of talking all over the place, but just kind of picture this. You're reloading your weapon, it's empty in the bottom left, like I'm about to do. The red comes back, you hit the metagel button, and it's obviously not going to do anything because you're alive, you're not dead, and it instantly cancels the rest of the action for the reload. And what that allows you to do is just fire your weapon immediately, and start the reload process all over again instead of reload, click, pump the shotgun. Okay, I'm good. It cuts out the pump, it cuts out all that extra bull crap that that doesn't even matter, and allows you to fire way faster, like effectively doubling your damage, especially with this class, because there's so many buffs that this class has for the Claymore and for damage buffs in general, for weapon damage. This class is also very good for that. You can use your Carnage to rip enemies to shreds, knock down massive groups of enemies. It's good for that when you're in full sprint. You can send out a Carnage to basically break up a mob before you hit the mob, just like you would with the spike thrower. So that's how you would use Carnage. You want to be very careful when you do though, because the Claymore is so heavy, your biotic charge is on a much longer cooldown, and so is your Carnage. So you kind of want to play very conservative with this class. You don't really want to Carnage that much. You just have it as a backup. You could actually, it's really preference. I just prefer Carnage because I want that extra like 600 damage or whatever it is from Carnage just on cue because I only have one round in the clip. But you could go into Barrier if you wanted, go full survivability, and never die with this class. Be just a roaming tank with ungodly amounts of shields, melee capabilities, and massive damage output. So this class is a very versatile personal class where you choose how you want to play, and it allows you to play effectively in any kind of mode. So this is, I give this class like a 9 out of 10. It's a very good class, but you got to know what you're doing with it. Thanks a lot, guys. This is Devil, and I will talk to you later.